perfect vantage point because I was on the 6th floor of the multi-storey with no roof above me. So I actually saw it as it fell from the sky. And the reason I was alerted to it was because I could hear the misfiring engine. So I was looking above me because it sounded really close. And actually, as I kind of realised what was going on, I thought it was a plane that was going to crash or something like that. I looked up to the sky, I was looking around me, and I could see the helicopter fall and tumbling, but the rotor's not moving at a really strange angle. And then there was an eerie silence for the last part of the fall. But the thing that was disturbing and shocking then was that there was no explosion. I couldn't understand why a helicopter would fall from that height and not explode. And I ran from where I was sort of cowering behind my car because it was heading in my direction, and I ran to the opposite side of the car park and looked over to see if I could see anything, but I couldn't see past a block of residential flats. But what I could see was people running in the direction of the crash between the buildings, which, you know, looking back at it, it's an incredible thing to see people running towards an incident like that. Did you also see people coming out of the pub after a certain time? No, because I couldn't see from the angle I was, where I was in relation to the collision, where I was in relation to the accident. So I made my way down 6 flights, ran round to what's called the Broomy Law, and ran towards it. And as I was running towards it, I could see the police cars and that fire engines passing me, and they closed off the area. So at that point, I ran back towards my office. And as I was passing Argyle Street, I saw some policemen and said, "Listen, I've seen a helicopter crash." And they just couldn't believe it when I told them. And then they got on the radio and found out what was going on, took my details, and then I came straight into the office. The area is, I suppose it would be very busy on a Friday night, wouldn't it? I mean, it's payday. Generally, what sort of a social area is it? Yeah, well, you're only 5 minutes from the main shopping drag in Glasgow, Argyle Street. The St Enoch Centre is within about 200, 300 metres. And we check now on Google Maps to get the exact distance. So from Buchanan Street in Glasgow, which is one of the most famous shopping streets, you're talking about 500 metres. It really is very close to the city centre. And like I say, I'd been out for dinner tonight and was heading out to get my car to go home. And I was passing lots of people out for pubs and clubs. As you know, Glasgow's a very lively city, and there have been a lot of people out. I mean, one thing I would say is that there were 4 or 5, probably 4 policemen on Argyle Street. So there were plenty of people in the area to go and help and offer assistance. Final question, Gordon. I know you're probably very busy. Did you see any movement once that helicopter had landed? No, like I said, it was an incredibly eerie spell, because after it happened, I was expecting to hear sirens straight away. And as I ran down the stairs, and there was no noise at all other than me panicking and being out of breath and making my way there. I just really couldn't quite believe what I'd seen.